Hello and welcome back. Sorry for my long absence. I had a vacation, had work, lots of things. I went to Japan, went to Eorzea Cafe, and didn't get to finish up my other projects in the meantime. But a new patch is here, and I'm ready. I'm all glammed up with my new unlocked glamours. Popula has a new hairstyle. She grew out her hair between 7.3 and 7.4. And I'm ready to start this patch. I've heard it's actually pretty good. I've heard people saying Perp's so back. I don't want to go in with too many expectations though, so. In less official matters, I'm glad to see Krell find a satisfying end to her personal journey, though it appears her appetite for asking questions has only been sharpened. Alright. With the winds, Alphino has something he wishes to tell you. Oh, it's been so long.
Every day, more and more people regain their memories of their lost loved ones. No longer will beings like Calix be able to manipulate their fear and ignorance as he once did. That being the case, Alize and I have come to a decision.
You're leaving? Please tell me you're leaving.
We will depart Taral in the coming days. Other nations must be informed about Alexandria, a necessary step to ensure lasting peace.
I love the twins. I adore them. They're like amongst my top 10 characters of this game. I adore the twins, okay? I've loved Alphino since ARR because I thought he was such a funny little brat. But they did not need to be here for all of Dawn Trail. They really did not need to be here if they were not going to contribute anything the way they did. So this is a good step. We need to make our cast a little smaller if you're not going to use them efficiently, you know? This is good.
Then we shall return to Garlemald. Our experiences here should serve us well in the ongoing restoration efforts.
However, one pressing matter remains. Calix's summoning ritual was tied to a concept of his own creation. Ascian involvement is assured, but we have yet to ascertain the extent of their influence on the Ninth.
I have done what I can to treat the enthralled and those still afflicted with Levin sickness. I may now devote my undivided attention to an investigation.
Then we shall leave this one in your capable hands. Do let us know if you turn anything up.
It's Erenville. My time in Tural is at an end, and so I'm headed to the harbor now.
Ah, with the winds.
We'll meet again. Of that I'm certain. Until then, I wish you safe travels.
But fuck everyone else. Just me. He only calls me. You could have let me know in time to see you off.
And pull you away from more important business. Perish the thought.
Saying goodbye to friends.
Hey! What do you think you're doing?
Sorry to interrupt, but I thought you'd like to know. I've detained the fugitive.
Good job.
He promises to tell us before he sets sail, only to try and sneak aboard his boat with nary a hug goodbye. Cold bastard. But there's still time before they weigh anchor.
That boy. We should make for the harbour ere he wriggles free of Lamachi's grasp.
That boy.
If we're heading the same way, we might join him on the ship. Good company is always welcome on a long voyage, is it not?
What? Now? I haven't finished packing.
Grawhad's like, uh-oh.
Knowing you, the essentials are already accounted for.
Fine, if we must. But you're helping pack the rest. And I hope you've decided on a souvenir for use.
Oh, a souvenir for you. Oh.
Ever aligned in purpose, if not execution.
Lest you wonder, Kryl and I intend to remain here with Y'shtola.
To continue our study of the key, naturally. By all accounts, Preservation's facility promises to yield some answers.
Shale has been conducting a more thorough examination. She may have insights to share.
So, I've heard about the whispers where people were worried that Jonathan Bailey is no longer voicing Graha, and listening to it, it really does not sound like Jonathan Bailey. People were saying maybe it's because he was in Wicked, he was doing a lot of other things. I don't know, I don't watch a lot of movies or shows or in general. But people were saying, oh, maybe he's just like tired and his voice might be a little shot and that's why, but it sounded much more like a higher nasally register than Jonathan Bailey's voice normally. I'm really... Whoa, that really did not sound like him at all. Oh, I don't know. I hope he doesn't get replaced. I love him as Graha. He's amazing. But it really did not sound like Graha at all, that line.
Then why not invite her along to see everyone off? Surely she'd want to be there too.
Wait, are you coming? Like, you're a queen, girly. I don't know if this is something you should be coming with. Eager as ever, Alphino. I do hope he has thought this through, particularly where his sister's wrath is concerned. She may know full well that no amount of complaint will dissuade him, but that doesn't mean she still won't give him an earful. It feels like an age since we last met here. It comforts me to know that some of you will be staying. I feel rather bereft should you all go at once. I am told that Shale is the new leader of Oblivion. There is none better suited to carrying on Kafkiwa and Geode's legacy. Did you get your memories back yet? I know you said that you were gonna do it later, without telling. What news, Popola? Can't imagine you brought an entourage along to simply say hello. Aaronville's a bitch and leaving us. That eager to be on their way, are they? I'll join you. I owe them thanks on behalf of Oblivion, after all. And here I thought you would protest against being parted from your work. While I'm curious to see what emerges once every piece of the puzzle's in place, the majority of the files we've unearthed are encrypted. There's little else I can do until the computer is finished with them. Besides, unlike our friends, Containment Complex 1029 isn't going anywhere. In other words, we won't be getting any answers tonight. Afraid not. It's going to be a while yet. Then shall we depart for Tuliolo forthwith? Even Namachi's strength has its limits. Without further delay then. Here they are. What sort of taco should I get on the way back, do you think? The aroma's too tantalizing to ignore. Raha seems preoccupied with a matter of great import. Perhaps he is contemplating a prayer to Limlane for their safe passage. I have bad news, girly. He's flanderized. You can't save him anymore. Despite her protestations, I doubt Alizé will keep us waiting long. Wish we had some of this sea breeze inside the dome. We could perhaps simulate it, but there's no substitute for the real thing. Tuliolo is a delight to look upon. They hang patterned cloth where we might use neon, but the city feels no less bright. I mean, you know, brightness is relative. It's kind of not bright right now, but Kona, it's been so long. Kona and Guluja weren't able to make it, but both send their regards. Hey, bitch. I wish you all would not make such a fuss. I'm not fond of emotional partings. At least Alphino and Alizé were considerate enough to inform me of their plans in advance by link pearl. Some people we know would have burst out of a crate mid-voyage. In any event, I shall wait here until they finish their preparations. Oh, now it's very bright. It would be silly to do a cutscene while it's raining in the night.
You look well. No lingering effects, then?
I'm hale as ever. And busy with work.
I imagine there's no shortage of affairs to put in order. Are Kona and Galulja faring well?
Kona is off to survey our nation and its peoples. He wants to consult with local representatives and hear their thoughts on our policies. And Gululja's really taken to his training. I feel like he's been spending more time with the Landsguard than me lately.
Standing here, I cannot help but remember the day of our arrival in Tuliolo. The rite of succession feels so long ago.
Over a year ago, in fact.
We knew not of what would happen between my father and Zorolja, nor of Alexandria and its queen. It was to aid a naive claimant that you came to Tural. But you've done so much more for me. For the entire nation of Tuliyola. We owe you a greater debt than we can ever repay. But that doesn't mean we can't try. Whenever you need an ally, we'll stand with you.
Allow me to echo that sentiment. Not only were you kind to me when I awakened a stranger in my own land, you extended your grace to Alexandria again and again. And on behalf of myself and my people, thank you for curing the ailment that for centuries tormented us. I'll look forward to our next visit. I'm sure we'll have exciting stories to share with one another.
Ever since I introduced you to Wuklamat, you've faced no end of hardships. Many of them her fault. Yet I feel no remorse, only gratitude. For without your aid, I would not have had the chance to say goodbye. Nor vow to explore every corner of the world. To see what we haven't seen. Shall we?
Oh my god, it's a booby! Can you show that on screen?
Rest assured, upon arriving, we shall make it a priority to visit Tataru and assuage her myriad fears.
I expect the sight of you two will be a balm for her worry-laden heart.
Safe journey, and remember to enjoy it.
Give my regards to Oblivion. And thank you for all you did for my mother.
You have to sail away, meanwhile I just teleport everywhere.
Come back soon!
Take care!
That was a proper send-off. Now, time to get back to it.
Duty ever calls for she who loves her realm.
Right. Though, if you need a break, you're always welcome to visit Ulijiola. I'll give you the grand tour. I guess they're really over. Your adventures in Tural. I'll remember our time together for the rest of my days.
Aha! Power resolve spotted! The Landsguard is looking for you. It's sparring time!
Oh, good thing you're here then. Can't miss that.
So let's go already! Everyone's waiting to see the Vow resolve in action!
Sorry, I have to go. Till next time.
And thus do they take to the winds.
To follow their own paths in their hearts, as they should.
Oh boy! Take me to the Mist Continent. I want to see Lindblom, Treno. We gotta be exploring the knife. Like, come on. Where else would that stupid train be? For our many meetings and partings, we have few enough opportunities to properly say our farewells. 'Twas pleasant to take the time for it. I'm glad I got the chance to see him off. Kefkia would have been glad too. Though a delight in companionship, solo journeys too have their appeal, and travel by sea is relaxing. With Alize and Alfino spreading word of Alexandria, we shall soon have the chance to establish relations with other nations. I must make ready to treat with their leaders. Now it is our turn to take the next step. The question is in what direction, and that is a matter I should like to discuss with you. Alright, Crow. If I may, I think it prudent to discuss our future plans elsewhere. We are liable to hinder the dock workers here if we linger. Perhaps the beach would be a more appropriate venue. Sorry, I'm standing on top of you. It's a little awkward. Man, I wish it wasn't raining.
Tis truly a beautiful place to roll.
I mean, it's different.
An endless ocean and ever-changing sky. First time I saw them, I couldn't believe my eyes. It was like I was walking among images from our oldest records. And beyond that horizon are more lands and more people. That one I still struggle to imagine.
We ourselves hail from beyond that horizon, in fact. Rather, most of us do. I merely thought I did.
I mean, you still live there.
Oh, that's right. I can only imagine how it must have felt to learn you're a native of our world. The fact that I wasn't born in the land where I've spent most of my life has taken time to sink in. 'Twas not until I met my parents in living memory that the truth of my origin began to feel real. Your experience is not unlike mine. When first I awoke, the realm everyone spoke of sounded nothing like my own. I had to walk its streets, live and breathe it, before I could accept and embrace my new reality. And for me to embrace mine, I need to learn more about my people, the Milala. We should come upon more information in the course of studying the key, but as Shale's investigation of the containment complex is still ongoing, would you mind if we sought a different avenue of inquiry into the history of the Ninth?
I have no objection. What we learn will deepen our understanding of the broader picture.
Agreed. My curiosity extends well beyond our duty to assess Ascian influence.
If it is knowledge of the Ninth's past you seek, I have an idea where to begin. Alexandria was originally part of a landmass known as the Mist Continent.
Yay!
This continent had been left in ruins in the wake of the storm surge, with Alexandria the sole nation to survive the devastation.
I don't believe that.
The calamity of lightning that ravaged the world.
Okay, well, okay. So, I've already done the heavyweight tier. Normal raids, obviously. Savage has not come out yet. I did the normal raids. So, I know they did accept refugees from other nations, but, like, Alexandria was the only one that survived? I'm a little doubtful of that.
Aye. Per the sources we recovered from the Underkeep, though the conflict between nations was destructive in its own right, 'twas Levin that dealt the final blow.
I'm like, it sounds... It really doesn't sound like Jonathan Bailey to me. Oh well. I don't know. We'll see. I'm not that good at recognizing voice actors generally. So, I don't know. I hope it's not a replacement.
No place was spared its fury, and all was chaos in the castle town. We tried to evacuate the people in airships, Otis, the knights, and I, but we couldn't save everyone. Those who survived gathered within the barrier, and we took in as many foreign refugees as we could.
Mm-hmm.
Yet, despite the dangerous environment, our system showed that there were some few souls who ventured outside the barrier, into the lands beyond. Beyond? But we thought that was impossible.
Oh.
I was under the impression the star was scoured of life, that man could not survive outside the barrier.
Going by the records, the storm surge extended to every corner of the world. Nothing and nowhere was spared.
If you're really good at dodging lightning, though, I'm sure it's fine.
If anyone did survive out there, it would have been an unimaginable trial.
And yet, those people must have been going somewhere. What if there was a refuge? A place that weathered the storm surge and rebuilt over the intervening 4 centuries?
Given Alexandria's displacement to the source, we had neither cause nor opportunity to survey the remainder of the continent.
Living memory remains physically in the 9th. If we seek a means of egress other than the portal connecting it to Alexandria, perhaps it might lead us to the Mist Continent. Living memory was not transported here despite being atop Everkeep, in which case it may have been a physically independent space all along.
Meaning, another point of egress could well exist.
And if it does, someone has to be maintaining it. The mechanical soldiers, for instance.
Shall we have a chat with them and see what they know? If it please your majesty. Will you accompany us? If we do land upon the Mist Continent, I would feel much more assured with you at our side.
You are not leaving without me. I wouldn't miss it for 2 worlds. Lightning miss. Anything for you, say the word. Anything for you, queen. I love this hair so much.
Well, thank you kindly. I look forward to another adventure at your side.
I'm a big Cryo fan, if you don't know. She was done so dirty. They said this patch is gonna be a Cryo patch. I'm looking forward to it. Between the Asians, the Key, and the Malala, there is much to be learned. Surely we can turn up a clue to one mystery or another. Outside of Alexandria, our knowledge of the Ninth is limited to the storm surge and passing mentions of Lindblom. That being the case, a foray across the Mist Continent would be an invaluable opportunity for a discovery. I know a lot, I played FF9! Once conditions deteriorate past a certain point, an environment becomes an anathema to life, yet man is a resilient creature. If there is a way to survive, then he will surely find it. The mechanical soldiers won't hesitate to answer their queen. Let us hope they have useful information. Now that's settled, I best be off. I still need to check for decryption errors periodically, so I can only step away for so long. With luck, I'll have plenty to share the next time we meet. Until then... Bye, Shale! Let the rest of us make ready for a potential foray and meet at LMAO Nemo. Though my mind knows better, I still feel uncomfortable around these mechanical soldiers. Sphene has found us a suitable source of information, sparing you that duty for once. Welcome to Living Memory, ally to Her Majesty. How may I help you? The atmosphere is certainly less grim than when we last visited. This clerk has made itself available to answer our questions. Clerk, If one wished to descend to the surface from here, how would they typically do so? Living Memory is currently detached from Everkeep and is operating independently while supported by its aerial suspension systems. Thus, both lift and LMAO-based art transit is currently unavailable. I apologize for the inconvenience. Despite its ability to remain aloft, perhaps Living Memory was never intended to function in this state indefinitely. If so, we're out of luck. Not necessarily. Lifts and LMAOs were likely the preferred modes of transportation, but that does not preclude the existence of others. In the event of an emergency, how would we evacuate this facility? Consulting emergency systems. Let's go! Living Memory's airship remains prepared to deploy should evacuation be necessary. Would your majesty like to appropriate it? An airship! Yes, please, as soon as it is possible. With your majesty's authorization, the vessel can be ready for launch without delay. Allow me a moment to execute the bypass protocols. Though I'm nervous about what we might find below, I'm glad we found the means to get there. As Queen, I must bear witness to the truth, however terrible. As I thought, now, what awaits us below, I wonder? It never occurred to me that there might be an airship here. How fortuitous! With an airship, a large number of Alexandrians could be evacuated at once, regardless of the situation below. An excellent contingency. I don't have any of the other FF9 minions, because I did not buy the collector's edition. But I do have my boy. Here he is. My son. Anyways. Safety tests have been successfully completed, setting the Gate of Remembrance as initial destination. Vessel is en route. Is that my airship? It was purpose-built for Living Memory. However, it was modeled after the vessel Your Majesty used during the Storm Surge era. A replica? Still, it does me good to see it. It does have her color scheme. Well, aside from, like, the bright, purple, you know. But I think that's inevitable with Electro everywhere. I will deploy the gangway for boarding. This way, please. In order to reach the surface, we must pass through the storm clouds. I advise you to brace for turbulence. You know, I can fly in Living Memory. I know it's not canon, but like, it's funny to think about. Oh my. Oh, it protects us from high concentrations of ether. Oh, that's where the shot from the trailer was from. The ward Alizé gave me is reacting. Though not to the extent of the 13th, the etheric imbalance here is severe indeed. It does serve to impress upon one the marvel of the barrier. The lightning in Heritage found is tame by comparison. A land where Levin reigns. The warding scale is truly a godsend for those of us without the blessing of light. Remind me to send my profuse thanks to Vritra and the Hanish alchemist once more. The state of this reflection's ether is more dire than we anticipated. I should be surprised if the Asians had no hand in the war that wrought this. That crater was once Alexandria. Oh, you know, that makes a lot of sense. This massive crater, yeah. A sobering sight to say the least, but I shan't turn back now that we've come this far. Despite the ominous landscape and persistent echoes of thunder, Kyle is determined to press on. There are no structures nor any sign of other survivors that I can see. I suspect the crater made this area unsuitable for a habitation due to the increased risk of flooding. Then we should look further afield. Which direction do you think we might find a settlement? If we're at the edge of Alexandrian territory now, the closest city would be Trano, should it survive. As a city-state built on a harbor, it was a nexus of trade, and it remained neutral throughout the war. We Alexandrians felt fortunate to have it in our neighborhood, so to speak. Not unlike our Radzat-Han. Ah yes, Alphino has spoken of Radzat-Han before. It's near the South Sea Isles, the Malala homeland, correct? Funnily enough, it was also Trano where the Malala first found a home in our world. Always bound for trade cities, that's where we're from, baby. Yes, and though the Malala population elsewhere grew, most continue to feel a strong connection to the city. I like to think that some remain there to this day. Clerk, is this ship capable of taking us to Trano? I shall run a flight simulation for the route to Trano. One moment. Simulation complete. There's a near 100% probability that the ship would suffer catastrophic mechanical failure prior to arrival due to the ambient lightning. My apologies. Oh, well, thank you for checking. If we cannot fly, then we shall have to walk. Trano lies beyond the mountains, but there should be routes that spare us having to climb. The cave system, for instance, assuming it hasn't collapsed. Let's try there first. Wait, was that the ice caves where you had to go through in 9 and then you had to fight Gizmaluke there? Or... well, it's been a long time, actually. I played FF9 before Dawn Trail came out, so over a year ago now. Nearly 2 years ago now. So, my memory of the beginning of the game is not super clear. The place where my people first arrived. I shall soon see it in person. Eager though I am to seek new discoveries, the prospect of walking in circles for days on end does not appeal. We are fortunate to have Sphene. Of late, I spent much of my time hunched over reports. A brisk trek across the wasteland shall make for a refreshing change of pace. This tunnel appears intact. Though we have no way of knowing what's it like further in. Mind you stay alert for beasts as well. Given the barren surrounds, they're surely ravenous. Oh, wow. Fast dungeon. I did not realize. Okay. I do also remember the forest, but that's like later. There should be little reason for anyone to have passed this way since Alexandria's displacement. Let us pray loose rocks are the worst we must contend with. Whatever lies ahead shall give us more insight into the state of the night. I speak so confidently of the Malala's connection to Treno because my tutor, Tufut, hailed from the city. Another reason to hope it has survived. I am anxious and hopeful in equal measure. 'Tis a strange feeling. I remember Garnet and Nine had a teacher, but I do not actually remember if we met him in Treno. Probably, because he had to go up to his little room nook thing in the top or something. It's, like I said, it's been a long time. Hey, well, no way. No way. This is just the normal battle music. I mean, I guess. I had to listen to this goddamn music so much because they spin around enemies so long. That was like my only complaint about FF9. The battle system was so slow. I was not a fan. Alright. Cave itself is natural formation, but this. Ooh, I didn't mean to hit that.
Allow me.
Ooh, I do like that, like, keyboard there. It's nice, nice. Yeah. Good. I turn up my sound a little bit. I did not really look. It is Shore Cave. I'm sure it's fine. Spectral Mine. Oh no. Gem Keepers. Cannot have been abandoned since the war. One moment, Graha. forget I have that. Did I stand in it? Just rock? Knives. Can probably rock without. See? It takes so long. I'll save. Okay. Okay, I see there are walls to block attacks.
Allow me.
Alright. Doubling light. Okay, you cannot walk through the walls. Okay. It didn't get my TV in. Cool. Oh my god. I'm so not used to playing like this. Behind? Yeah.
Hold on.
Man! Ray of light. There we go. Mystic Visor of Maiming. It is undiable, like I was worried. Oh man. Also clips through my bangs weirdly. Whoa! Another one! Something's amiss with that barrier. Yeah, it's red and evil looking. Woo! Cool. It looks very cool. healing. What eye level are these again? 55. I think that's better than what I have right now because I just had the base tome. I didn't upgrade. But I'm not sure. It didn't break my TV yet? Aw, man. Too many casts. Oop, that broke. Not right now, Butler. But I'm busy. Oh, what the? Is that a horse? That is a weird looking horse. Amdusius. They've been breached. What the frick? I don't remember this. From FF9? Evil horse. Thunderclap Concerto. Okay, that's about what I thought. Okay, behind. You've been trying to LB for so long. Okay, I'll just stay here then. Bye. Oh, it explodes! I see! Man. I was like, oh, it's so easy. Yeah, no wonder why. Poisonous lightning. Awesome. Can I kill one of the NPCs with this? I never really thought about it, but I probably could, huh? Back. I guess that makes sense for NPCs. Oh man. Oh! The poison! Wait! Awesome. Oh, these are kind of nice. Too bad they're undieable. Ooh. Is Trano the place with the auction house? I think it's the place with the auction house. Because I'm like, I think that's the auction house. Oi! Citizens! Oh wait, I remember these thunder sprites in Origenics? People are like, wait a minute, they really fucking hit hard. It was a funny time. So I didn't even realize, because everything kind of hits me kind of hard because I'm a Dark Knight in dungeons. Getting hit in the face is just part of the experience. Like that.
Allow me. Hold on.
I'm fine. I don't think I'm even gonna break this one, but let's see. Nope. I didn't think it would break. Thanks for the help. I'm beat. Ooh. What are you wearing? Hehe. My lovers! Got you! Woo! Thunderous heavens.
Hold on.
Oh my god, these are big ass frickin' AoEs. God, just let me die. Just let it happen, Boyle. Alright, he's not gonna let it happen. It's taking too long to happen. The thing is the NPC healing, they just spam heal you. if they don't start AoEing, then they'll probably break it. There we go.
Brace yourself!
Thunder Gust Griffin. Oh my god. You look like a really ugly turkey. Oh my god. Just leave these little guys to their suffering, I guess. I say little guys, but I'm a mid-height Lala, so... The people who ran this way for shelter are in grave danger. If you are to fight it, this is the best place to do so. Alright.
Take this!
Okay. Okay. Are they gonna explode again? Whoop. I actually don't know when Cryo uses her starting muse, so I just cannot prepare for it. Oop, okay. Storm Surge. Oh, actual tornado. Can this hit NPCs? No, we can't. Oops, wrong button. Bro. My uptime! Even was the tornado outside for? Like, what does it do? Oh my god, this stupid boss. Uptime nightmare. Alright. Woo! I like the other dungeon more. Definitely not as good as the last dungeon. This one... cute. Very cute. I do not remember this thing being from FF9 if I'm honest. Hold on, my inventory is a mess from all my gathering. Partner's Gate. Oh my god. Uptime hard. No more screams, I wager that's a good sign. Whatever its flaws, the bear is keeping lightning at bay. Playing FF9 music's cute. Cherno's safe, and has been all this time. What if the injured are we needed to heal them? Like, it looks pretty safe here. I mean, aside from, you know, the giant bird. Wow, the fancy chess piece! It's kinda cute! Too bad it's undyeable. I mean, I still want it. I'll put it in my dresser. Like, if I put it on, what's it look like? Ah! Yeah. Alright, let's go. Oop. Ow.
And the perimeter is clear. Good work, everyone. And a big thank you to our helpers, whoever you are.
Is this the guy who's like
Now,
yelling on the
we
train?
have a tiny bit of clearing up ahead of us. You know what to do.
Our helpers, were we being watched?
So the city endures, and it is in much better shape than expected.
Impressive, considering the destruction without.
That one sounded kind of like Jonathan Bailey.
The people here must have gone to great lengths to maintain all of this.
But it's also like, it's still like a different register than normal.
Their barrier resembles that of Alexandria, though it is smaller in scale.
Alright, last time I'm gonna mention this. It does kind of sound like him. Like, with a hoarse voice compared to like the other lines, but yeah. Hard to tell. Alright.
And not quite as effective, if the breach we witnessed is any indication. I fear such incidents may be common here.
He did say you know what to do. Which means this has happened before.
Thunderous heavens! It's been years since we've had visitors.
Oh, what a soft voice. My people! My little peoples! Is it only Malala here? The little peoples! I love it, whatever this Lala civilization's like the dwarves. Oh.
I am Miaili, the mayor of Treno. Allow me to welcome you to our city. And thank you for the assistance with our little monster problem just now.
You sound kind of like Shale's voice actress, whatever, VA. I don't actually know. But yeah, it sounds a lot like Shale's. It's much younger sounding voice than I expected, honestly. Even though there's that huskiness to it. Look at them go. Yeah, it's a little weird seeing her, right?
Might I ask your name, miss? Though I have an inkling I know it already.
But of course, I am Sphene of Alexandria.
As I thought. It truly beggars belief. I once heard the strangest of reports from one of ours who went to Alexandria, you see. That despite the intervening years, the Queen had not aged a day.
They must be really confused, and we're like, oh my god, that's like a really long story. That's like impossible to explain in like 5 minutes. Because that's not this fiend, this is a different fiend, but who's still the Queen's fiend, and you know, don't worry about it.
And sure enough, I'd swear you'd stepped out of an old oil portrait mere moments ago. You must forgive me if this takes some getting used to. It is an honor to meet you, Your Majesty. I look forward to hearing the tale from your own lips. I imagine it won't be an easy one to tell. But please. What happened to Alexandria?
New music. I don't recognize this track. Like if it's using any old motifs from anything. Or if it's been used before. I know there were some new tracks last patch, but
I see. From your perspective, it must have looked as though we were wiped from the face of the star.
One day, we lost all contact with our people in Alexandria. Scouting parties sent to investigate reported that not only the barrier, but Alexandria itself was gone. Nary a stone to mark where it had stood.
yeah, it's just a fucking crater.
What you must have gone through, not knowing what became of us. But know that Alexandria yet survives, albeit in a distant land. Her and her people. I can tell you the whole tale from beginning to end, but first, might I ask your permission to remain in Treno for a time?
They have flowers here. And they're not like electric flowers, they're just flowers.
Of course you can. You and your companions have already done us a great service, and are more than welcome to enjoy our hospitality. Now, how about we continue this at Town Hall? We needn't keep standing in the middle of the street.
I shall join them. Even with the precautions we've taken, it remains to be seen if Sphene's condition will remain stable.
Oh yeah, she was kind of like charged for a while.
I suspect, however, that the rest of you would rather be out and about. Consider this my blessing.
Thank you, Mami Yashtola.
In light of our purpose here, the tour of the city is indeed in order.
I presume you have no objection? With your permission, then. But before we go... Allow me to introduce myself as well. I am Cryo, and I hope to learn more of this city and its people. Would it offend if we were to ask a few questions? Perhaps as we work alongside you, aiding you in whatever ways you may require.
You needn't fret. Treno folk are as friendly as they come. As for aid, if you're willing, you might speak with my grandson Lummel. That was his
Lummel.
voice you heard earlier. You'll find him serving herbal remedies to the others.
So, okay. When I heard the guy in the speaker, he sounded like the voice from the trailer. When the train was like, "Here it comes!" or whatever. I was like, oh. That's the same guy, right? Maybe it's the
Thank you
dude.
for your guidance. We shall seek him out first.
Maybe the guy from the preview pictures with the spiky hair. Lummel. Let us walk in sync. I wanted to have a party of just Cryo and Graha with me for so long. Ah! This is very neat. Ugh, I can't go there. No, my map is very small. I didn't even look at the map. Hold on. Let me get my trusty frog. Thank you, my beloved friend Sari, for giving me this frog. Pep pep. Town Hall is pretty impressive, isn't it? I bet you didn't guess that the mayor actually lives there. These days, Miali's also has us using it as emergency shelter, but the history book says it was originally an auction house. I reckon that's why it's so fancy. Yeah, that's what I thought it was. Thunderous heavens, I needed that. I feel positively reborn. Still disgusting though. It's very neat to look at this place in a completely different context. Whoa! Those are some big hydrangeas for a place that's filled with lightning ether. Are you enjoying the flowers? What we plant doesn't always bloom, but I think lifting everyone's spirits is more than worth the effort to find the seeds that do. Nevertheless, I'm relieved these weren't trampled by the beasts. They took ages to get looking this healthy. Yeah, I'm impressed. They look great. Solution 9 is like way more advanced in this place, and they don't have flowers growing everywhere. Yeah, it's you, the funny little guy who's like, here it comes, I'm sure. Did you hear we have visitors? Visitors? How many years has it been? They look so 1800s. They look very FF9 costume versus Solution 9 people, which don't. Oh, I don't know you. Hello, please don't be offended, but this part of the street is off limits. Not only to you, of course, it's just that there's a lot of damage and it's dangerous for anyone to pass at the moment. In general, you should probably stay away from any of the streets that are in need of repair. Just a suggestion, but please do. Don't tell me what to do. Wait, I can't go in any of the houses, right? No, but I can dream. Look at these. Look, they gave us little doors and then they have big doors. That's so funny. Little doors for us little people. Awesome. Welcome, newcomer. This is our little patch of pasture right here. We raise birds mostly. They give us a good supply of eggs and meat, but more importantly, their feathers make the softest pillows. You won't bite, right? The city of Treno. She said it a little differently from how I say it, but I didn't catch how she said it. I just know it was different. The little houses. I'm so sad I can't go inside of them. I want to go inside. It's so funny. There's a little cage for a little prisoner! While you're passing through, you should chuck a coin in that fountain over there. It's supposed to be good luck. Treno has quite a few coin-based superstitions. Comes with the territory of being a trading port, I guess. Come to think of it, I wouldn't be surprised if the fountain thing was started by merchants hoping for good luck with their sales. Oh, I remember... I think it was in Treno, where you come out, and you come out to the balcony, and you see a bunch of people just standing here talking. And I'll protect you. Wait, awkward. Hold on. I was curious. I was looking around, Alexandria, not Alexandria, Solution 9, after finishing Heavyweight. The raids. And I noticed there were a few handful of gay NPCs. I thought it was kind of interesting. Like, they were ones that you can't actually interact with. You just walk by them and they speak. So they're kind of hidden. And it makes it very obvious why they're, like, handled like that. Because, you know, can't be too explicit, you know? But that would be interesting if there were some here, too. They're probably gonna have me walk around later. Oh, we're gonna probably sit here with Cryo later, like in the trailer. My deck is ready! Oh my god, I hated the card game in FF9. I, like, looked up the rules just so I could, like, do the tournament. And then afterwards, I was just like, this was not worth the effort. Leave it to me! I don't even remember what it was called, but it sucked. Like, I don't really like Triple Triad all that much. At least the 14 version. I haven't played... I don't know if the 8 version is different at all, but I don't like 14's version that much, but, like, way better than whatever the heck was going on in 9. That must be Lumo. Heavens, I can smell the herbal aroma from here. None of the locals we've passed appear terribly distressed. As fiends surmise, incursions must be a common occurrence. Wife and isn't our new friends, thanks again for making short work of our foes. If you've gone to the trouble of seeking me out, I can only assume it's for a good reason. You want to help me? Odd, but I'll consider it. Before anything else, though, I must insist you drink our signature remedy, Sleepless Rhapsody. Everyone's a fan. You may find it the teeniest touch too sour for your taste, but it'll sit you alright. Just tip it down your throat. Gah. Surely we can survive a simple beverage. Surely. Is this custom meant to raise the townsfolk's spirits after a trying event? Does it serve some ritual function? He seems awfully clean in our partaking. Cryo, he's making us do it because we're gonna look stupid and he's gonna laugh at us. How bad could it be? It's hot and sour? Unfortunate.
Well, what do you think? It's a traditional Malala recipe.
Shower. Delicious. Shower.
Got that right. Don't worry, the tingling means it's working.
I'm put in mind of the gelatin I had at the studium. Nutritious, they assured me.
I can relate all too well. It's not unlike the syrup Leader used to make. Black as pitch and sour as sin. Though, there's no better cure for fatigue.
Aww.
You know, Raha, going to bed at a reasonable hour would be the best cure. Oh, that's... I do feel shockingly refreshed.
Perhaps it stimulates the body's ability to process ether and hastens regenerative functions.
These fucking nerds.
Indeed, it does. It also counteracts some of the effects of excess lightning, and helps to calm the nerves besides.
Which is why you serve it whenever there's a breach in the barrier.
Our Malala ancestors came from the lushest of lands, so they developed all sorts of natural remedies. We strive to carry on their traditions. And I'm sure you see why. Really hits the spot, doesn't it? Now, welcome to Treno.
He's cute. Given its ability to counteract lightning's influence on the body, that remedy could be of use to the people of Alexandria as well. I'm certain Lumel must be more than happy to offer it to them. Would be more than happy to offer it to them. Oh, I cannot read. I see how drinking that would be unifying, and it is impressive that they have maintained the tradition here so far from the Malala's native lands. I forgot to introduce myself, didn't I? Well, I'm Lumel. That was me announcing your victory earlier, and since grandmother sent you to help with repairs, you'll know I'm her grandson. I'm in charge of resolving any problems the people of Treno may have. My favorite kinds of work include taste testing menu items, carrying medium-sized objects, searching for lost possessions of immense value. Oh my god, he's like me for real, for real. Oh, and it's a pleasure to make your acquaintance. I'm not even joking. Is he like a warrior of light shard? He's just like me, for real. It's not yet ready to release you to the sweet meditations of manual labor. Ah yes, the repairs. Are you certain be put to work? If you've come all the way out to visit us, you must have had more important things in mind, and you've already helped protect the city. Actually, our goal was to ascertain the present state of the Mist Continent. The whole continent? Did you come from across the sea? Not exactly. We've actually come from Alexandria. Alexandria? Are you quite sure? No, sorry, of course you're sure. It would be rude of me to doubt you. It's not every day that we get visitors, let alone from a nation that up and vanished. Wow, I really like the lighting here. It's like 3D. I know it must have come as something of a shock. But this is our first time in Treno, and we should like to get to know the city and its people. That's why we propose lending a hand to those in need. I see. In that case, why don't you help distribute this remedy to the rest of our people? Ordinarily, everyone would have already come for a cup, but the fiends made quite a mess this time. Might be a while before some can step away from their work. Never fear though, even if their hands are busy, they'll be more than happy to spare a few words for fascinating folks from afar. We would appreciate that. Thank you, Lumo. You're the ones doing me a favor, honestly. Here, take this batch. I'll deliver some to Town Hall, so you can attend to areas you haven't seen yet. I've already walked everywhere, Lumel. Lummel? I forgot how they pronounced it already. Like Miali, Lumel seemed taken aback by the mention of Alexandria. Perhaps they had friends or loved ones who disappeared along with it. Probably. If we split up, we can spend more time speaking with the locals while ensuring everyone receives a remedy promptly. Can you each take a portion? Of course, I haven't had my fill of conversation yet. Rest assured, I can handle pouring liquid into a cup. I can do it. I too should be glad to dole out a few servings. Wonderful. Let me divide this up. Popolo, why don't you make rounds of the southern part of the city? Raha and I shall tend to the north. Right, let's go and acquire some insights. Anyways, I'm gonna go find you guys. I want conversation. Oh. Is that so? The city is remarkably self-sufficient. So the taste is challenging even when one is accustomed to it. Sour. Shower. I'm glad they're like... Man. Ooh. NPC ran off. You must be one of those visitors Lumel mentioned. Odd place to be visiting, though. A grounding herbal remedy formulated to ameliorate, I've never actually had to say that word aloud, the effects of lightning exposure, guaranteed to free weary townsfolk of their torpor. Oh, you've come to deliver the remedy? Thank you kindly. I was hauling beast carcasses in for processing and copped a good dose of discharge energy for my troubles. I brought on Levin sickness, something fierce. Still, we don't go hunting outside the barrier, so we don't want to waste any part of the creatures that find their way in. Pelts that are highly charged with lightning ether are the most valuable, of course. Tan them with the right stuff and you can turn them into protective clothing that keeps you from getting zapped. The beasts you felled will all be put to good use. Thanks again. Wah! They walked inside the house! But I can't walk in! I want to walk in! Oh. You're the mighty monster sayer I saw earlier. It's an honor. And you brought Sleepless Rhapsody. Bless you, I'm dead on my feet after that battle. We don't usually have that many beasts breaking through at once. Practice keeps one's skills sharp though, so in a way I'm glad for it. And I learned a thing or two from watching you. Oh, I can hardly wait to get to work on my grimoire. I have a number of ideas for improved geometries. The thoughtful application of new learning is what keeps our ancestors' magic alive and flourishing. Now I must face my true nemesis, circles. They're so hard to draw without making them all wobbly. So true. There's a fresh face if I ever saw one. And what's that in your hand? Oh, don't mind if I do. Safety inspections take priority, but the battle doesn't feel over until I've had a cup of Sleepless Rhapsody. I'm proud to say that I have some small part in preparing it, too. The herbs come from my very own growery. One of the greatest discoveries of our time is that seeds carried in by invading creatures can be cultivated into remarkable plants. Plants with the potential to mitigate the lightning's effects. And with as many hides as we have this time, not to mention stomachs, it's entirely possible we'll find new varieties of herbs among our harvests. Interesting. The flowers around the city also sprouted from seeds that creatures carried in, so truth be told, I find it difficult to begrudge them their trespass. Our histories say that when a large creature broke through the barrier, our bravest fighters would launch themselves on their backs with a trebuchet. We have you to thank for not needing to revive that tradition today. Man, the Southern Sea Lawless were crazy. They throw themselves at coconuts. They throw themselves at beasts. They really just threw themselves at anything. We're just portable cannonballs, I guess. Finished with your supply of remedy as well, have you? I expect the scent will linger in our clothes for days. Between the three of us, we ought to have covered every area aside from Lumel's. One of the people I spoke with asked me to pass something along to him, but he hasn't returned yet. In the meantime, shall we discuss what we've learned?
Fascinating. I appreciate your thoroughness in recounting the details. I too learned much, as I helped to treat the injured's wounds. The Malala's curative magics appear identical to Spheen's. This means that either her tutor was a Malala as well, or that the art had spread all throughout the Ninth.
Why not both?
Then there are the symbols and tomes, which are highly reminiscent of Arcanima. If these elements indeed originated with the arcane geometries of the South Sea Isles, as in the source, 'tis curious that they have developed in so similar a manner on this shard.
Mind you don't share that with any other graduates of the Faculty of the Arcane, lest they beat you to publication.
Did you learn aught of note, Raha?
I spoke with one of Treno's storekeepers about how they obtain their supplies. Though they are few and far between, other settlements yet exist on the Mist Continent, with a rail system facilitating the flow of goods between them. Unfortunately, barrier breaches trigger an emergency failsafe on the main line, so the train is presently stopped at a midway point until operations can resume.
The hell
there
train?
are also maritime routes, but they see only occasional use. Often, as now, Treno must make do with what is to hand.
In addition to this constant state of scarcity, much of Treno's populace suffers from Levin sickness, not to mention the frequent attacks on the city and the resulting casualties. Yet everyone we've spoken with seems undaunted by these hardships. They are not only surviving, they are happy in spite of it all.
Where there is life, there is hope. And when one believes in a better future, a tomorrow even the slightest bit brighter than today, there is naught to be done but build it. Until, stone by stone, the city rises.
A noble city with noble purpose.
Uh-oh. You okay, man?
Is aught the matter, Lummel?
Lummel.
I think I've dropped something and now I can't find it anywhere. I'm doomed.
Oh, is it this by chance? While I was distributing the remedy, I was asked to pass it along to you.
Yes! That's it! Yes! I'm not doomed.
Is that a tracking device?
You've a keen eye for technology. This thing picks up on the ether of the creatures that get through the barrier.
That explains how you knew when they'd been vanquished.
Exactly. It shouldn't show anything now, but I can switch it on like so.
You okay, man?
Say, how'd you like to meet my sister Ayane? She's an electrope engineer, so she knows all sorts of interesting stuff.
I see.
I take it she also built that device.
Oh yes, that's my sister. She's a genius. Everyone says so. And she won't kill me in front of other people. Probably. I mean, wouldn't it be interesting to watch her work? Maybe you can even help. It'd be, you know, edifying? Please! I beg you! Please!
I suppose that's that then.
One wonders how fearsome this Ayane truly is. Ayane. If Treno's barrier is similar in design to Alexandria's, should we assume that electrope technology is standard here as well? LMAO is vibrating with nervous energy. At the moment, Ayane should be waiting just past that park. Let us be off before anyone changes their mind. LMAO is sweating rather profusely. Whenever we meet an engineer from some distant land, I cannot help but wish to introduce him to our friends at the Ironworks. Such a firestorm of questions there would be. Breathe in, breathe out.
Ah, our visitors. Thanks for lending a hand earlier, but what brings you here?
We have matching coats.
LMAO, what did you do?
You know that, advanced monster tracking, what's it? It may be a teeny tiny bit,
You broke it again? How many times must I tell you that we're running low on electrope? I'm an engineer, not a bloody miracle worker.
Kowtow.
I beg your forgiveness. I'm on my knees and everything, see?
That was very impressive.
And since we have guests, can't you let it slide? Just this once?
He dragged you here just so I wouldn't tan his hide, didn't he? You'd never believe he's the elder sibling. I'm so sorry.
Please, don't be. We're glad for the opportunity to meet you. And LMAO mentioned that you might have some work we could assist with.
There are guests, LMAO, not servants. Must we have the manners talk again?
Please don't misunderstand. We asked to help, that we might learn what life is like in Treno. And with your expertise, we also hoped you could tell us more of how the city utilizes electrope.
If that's the way of it. then I'd be happy to share what I know.
When you spoke earlier, it sounded as if Treno had little electrobe to spare. It's difficult to procure, I take it.
We never have as much as we need. And much of what we do have is repurposed. You'll find me digging through the scrap heap whenever some vital device or another breaks down. Repairing that old barrier should be our highest priority. But we just don't have enough electrope on hand to do a proper job.
And the longer we go without access to the mine, the worse it'll get. If only we could scare those beasts away.
Wait, I'm good at that.
Did we not pass through a mine on the way here?
And took care of the beast in one fell swoop.
Just the one! Incredible!
So, the mine is safe for mining again?
Hooray! Leave the mining to your big brother. All you have to do is fix the tracker.
Yes, very well. If you go, do be careful. And once you get the machinery up and running, make sure to send some electrobe over to the barrier service station.
Though we've cleared the mine, there is no telling what else waits outside the barrier. Shall I accompany you?
I'm so glad you asked. Seriously, I don't know what I'd do if I'd had to go alone.
He's so, like, silly.
As we did pass through but recently, I expect Raha can keep him safe without our help. In the meantime, shall we assist Ayane with her repair work?
I'm a level 100 crafter. I can do anything. They put one... They put one in mind of another pair of siblings we know, don't they? Well, not quite, but, you know, similar. I entirely forgot to ask your names. Do forgive me. I am Kryle, and this is Popula. According Lumol is Graha Tia, our own technology enthusiast. It's lovely to meet you. It feels strange putting you to work, but I'd be lying if I said I don't need the help. In the wake of an event like this, I presume a great deal of labor is required to restore everything to working order. The volume of fixes that need making is one matter, but I could handle it if it weren't for these legs of mine. The paralysis flares up at the worst of times, I swear. I can manage a bit of shuffling from one station to the other on a good day, but I usually leave racing around the city to my brother. With him off to the mine though, someone else needs to take care of the lightning sprites. They're drawn to the discharged aether of slain creatures. I'd offer you the detector to make tracking them down easier, but seeing as Lumel has managed to break it yet again... I do have this though. Toss him at the sprite and you can suppress his ability to sense aether nearby. That usually gets them wandering out of the city towards more fertile ground. So we needn't fight them? We find it safer not to. When threatened, they'll siphon energy from facilities we need to keep our medical services running, or emit bursts that overload nearby systems. For the same reason, I recommend you stick to the thoroughfares that will allow you to spot them well in advance. I'd hate for you to be injured while helping us. Understood. We'll want to split up again to cover more ground. Are you ready to go? appreciate the help. I'll be here working on the detector while you're away. Is this gonna be a shooting minigame? Oh, no, it's not. I thought it would be like, shoot the beavers. So you can scan the area thoroughly. You see no lightning sprites. Oh. The time to test your tossing arm has arrived. A pinch of this powder is to a lightning sprite as a swift kick to the head is to anyone with a head, generally speaking. Okay. You're like, ew, gross. Goodbye. Solution 9 comes over with their buttload of electro, and they're like, oh yeah, you need this? I doubt that would happen, but yeah. You're back! Were there many sprites? Just a handful on your route then? Could be worse. Still, it's important to keep the city free of them. We're much obliged. Crow's taking a while, being new to the city. If something were to happen, she wouldn't know where to go for help. Would you check on her? She started off in the direction of Town Hall. None appears to be Cryle. One of them spotted her passing through. You're looking a mite lost there, lass. A mite lost there, lass. Aught I can help with? I'm looking for a Malala friend. A woman in a yellow hood. I presume you mean Cryle. Had a grand old chat with her earlier. Not to mention she saved my hide. Can't believe I missed that lightning sprite till it was right on top of me. Thanks to her that I got out unscathed. Bit awkward striking up a conversation after that, and it'd been a while since I talked to anyone I hadn't known my whole life. She's a kind lass, good at putting folks at ease like me Yali. Quite enjoyed telling her about the city. When we were done chatting, she ran off towards the canal. Had a touch of melancholy about her though, and I wasn't sure why. Didn't think it was something I said, but if I knew if it was, saying more wouldn't help, so I let her go. I reckon she'd welcome the company of a good friend right now. Good place for pondering that canal. Maybe that's why she went that way. In her heart.
Were you looking for me? I only intended to sit down for a moment, but I must have lost track of time. Will you lend me your ear? The Source and the Ninth. Someday I will have to decide which one to call home. The thought has lingered like a storm cloud in my mind. I've tried to ignore it, remind myself that we have more important matters to contend with. But I cannot keep drifting between these worlds forever. When I first learned the truth of my past, I assumed it would have no bearing on my future. The Source was my home, and the students of Baldessian my purpose. But after meeting my parents, it struck me that to simply choose the Source would be to abandon them. And not only them, but a home I could have loved, had my life gone as it should have. That is why I had to learn more of this place, and the me I could have been.
And now that you have,
I feel even less certain than before. Though we are strangers to them, these people have welcomed us as if we are their own. It's like speaking with old friends. And knowing now the challenges they face, what would it say about me if I just left them behind and returned to the Source? Is that who I am? Who I was meant to be? Or is this where I belong?
thank you for listening. I'm a little less afraid to face the answer now, whatever it may be. And when I find it, I hope you'll be there. But we've kept Iani waiting long enough. Let's hurry back. Trifling though it was, I feel that the work we've done has helped me gain a better understanding of Trano. The countless small actions taken by myriad people every day are what make a place what it is, after all. I'm glad you're both back safe and sound. Now we can relax until my brother does the same. With your friend escorting him, he can't get into too much trouble, unless he tumbles down the stairs into town again, I suppose.
That reminds me. The structures near the barrier all seem to be designed for Milala. Is there a reason that those in the center of the city are so much larger?
Oh yes. The center is the oldest part of Treno, built by the Hune and the Eldite before the Milala came.
So Treno predates the Milala's arrival?
The mayor at the time was kind enough to take our ancestors in, and gave them leave to establish their own residential quarter.
Yet I have seen naught but Milala since we came to the city. Where did the other peoples go?
Alexandria. In the closing days of the storm surge, when death and destruction were everywhere, they believed it would be safer. Treno didn't have a barrier at first, you see. But one of our industrious brethren had served as tutor in the royal household and returned to us with knowledge of the barrier's design. It's thanks to him that the city survives to this day.
Might I ask a more personal question? We previously uncovered some records pertaining to the Milala's past. In them, it was written that the Milala left their paradise of eternal summer when a great calamity froze their isles. Understandably, all were not content to leave their homeland behind. Some attempted to return using the same power that had brought them here, but they found the way closed to them. Never again has the golden path opened that allowed their ancestors to flee to safety. Tell me, were that golden path to open once more, and you were to find the Milala homeland restored to its former glory, would you go back?
That's a big question to ask to a complete stranger.
I'd certainly like to see that paradise of eternal summer for myself. Who wouldn't? But it wouldn't be going back. After all, my one and only home is here. Treno, this run-down, beat-up, beautiful city.
You truly love it, don't you?
Do you know what the speaker said when the Milala came to this place? O life, flourish on this faraway shore. Unfurl your fragile petals with fearless joy. Let this sky grant shelter from darkest storm, and here bloom, hand in hand, forevermore. We never forgot those words. Not my ancestors, nor my grandmother, nor my brother and me. That boundless optimism, that communal spirit, that is Treno. No matter what comes or how hard it gets, we'll choose joy over fear and stand together. There's nowhere else I'd rather be.
Nowhere else you'd rather be. Perhaps it really is as simple as listening to your heart.
Grandmother used to tell us stories of the Malala homeland all the time. But it was the part where the ocean froze over that always fascinated me the most. The vast open sea turned to ice? Imagine! Earlier, you said that your brother couldn't get into too much trouble if he was with Raha. But how much trouble is that precisely? One would think they ought to have returned by now. Conversely, I hadn't expected to see the two of you again so soon. I take it Miali's curiosity is sated? For the moment. I gave her a brief account of the situation at Alexandria, as well as events involving the key. She was most interested in the latter. In fact, it seems she knew of the relic long before we did, and wishes to discuss it with everyone. Would you be able to join us? I should love to go straight away, but we're awaiting Raha's return. As we speak, Miali herself is making her rounds through the city. We have time. Alexandria, the kingdom past the mountains, the one that vanished? I had wondered where the lot come from, but that wasn't my first guess, or my fifth for that matter. If the Malala arrived in Treno immediately after fleeing the source, I can understand how its mayor might be privy to knowledge of the key, particularly when the mayor is a Malala herself. I have a mind to re-establish diplomatic relations with Treno, but it goes without saying that there are logistical challenges given our respective locations. The least of these is that any travel would require passage through Toral. To begin with, I shall have to consult with Gosan and the Vow of Resolve. I wasn't certain if we should divulge any information concerning the key, but Alexandria's present location is difficult to explain without mentioning it. Fortunately, it turned out for the best. Yeah, how do you explain, Alexandria is in another world? How'd you get there? Magic.
We're back! The mine is in working order, I'm pleased to say. Electrope is being delivered for the barrier even as we speak.
Crops all around.
Have you two finished regaling the mayor?
We have.
He started to sound more like
She
himself.
has her own story to tell. Of the key, in fact. We thought you might like to join us at the...
This is an evacuation alert. All citizens, please proceed to emergency shelter. Repeat, please proceed to emergency shelter.
Oh no, it's the Doom train.
The Doom train is approaching. Repeat, please proceed to emergency shelters.
The Doom train? Wasn't that one of Lindblom's weapons of war? You know of it? I've never seen it myself, but according to Zelenia, it was an armored vehicle used to transport war beasts to the front. In order to prevent them from running wild ere their deployment, a powerful arcane entity was housed in the engine.
Diabolos part, I don't know, 10? How many times has Diabolos appeared? What if this is Diabolos again?
The end of the war didn't slow it one bit. Quite the contrary. Fueled by lightning ether, it's been speeding across the continent ever since.
Oh dear.
The Doom train and its beasts bring death and destruction everywhere it goes. It's a veritable calamity on rails. It passed near Treno some years ago, claiming many lives, including our parents. I must go and repair the barrier as swiftly as possible. Without it, we haven't got a chance.
You can't be serious! You'll never finish in time, and you'll be right in its path.
I have to try. For Treno.
Yane, no!
It seems my services are required once more.
I'll go with you. Perhaps my knowledge of Electrope will be of use.
I wish I were a fighter like you two. Keep her safe, will you? Please?
While destroying the Doom train would be preferable, we should seek to delay its advance at the very least.
You can't be thinking of fighting it head-on. That's madness.
I've already killed a train before. What's another one? Trust me, we can handle this. We have no other choice. Well, now I have to do it.
If your mind is made up, there may be a way. There's a freight depot not far from us. We can use the train that stopped there.
Raha mentioned that before, did he not?
The Doom train will have to pass through the depot to reach Treno. And since the evacuation alert was only just triggered, we might be able to reach it first.
So, we commandeer this freight train, match our speed to the enemy's, and use it as a platform from which we launch a sustained counteroffensive. Is that your proposal?
It'd be better than trying to smash the bloody thing before it runs us all over. And if it might save Ayane, I'll do whatever it takes. Let me drive the train. That will leave you free to concentrate on the fight.
Lomo.
I need to grab a few things. Meet me by the gate.
He's a good boy. Kinda dumb, but he's good. He's like the best kind of silly, trying to his best. While it's not in our nature to stand idle at a time like this, we should first consider how to best apply our individual skills. If anyone can stop a speeding weapon of war, it is Popola, but we must also recognize the threat posed by its company of beasts. If its influence is so powerful that even as it barrels ahead, enthralled creatures continue to follow it, then the train may well gather additional minions as it draws near. There's no telling how many will charge Treno's gate, so we should prepare for the worst. Perhaps Yashola and I ought to remain on guard here. I'm inclined to agree. Popola, while you remove the head of this metal serpent, we will attend to the defense of the city. Among other things, we must do what we can to ensure the citizens get to shelter before the fighting begins. Godspeed. Oh, I should have gone that way. Whatever. Everyone's worried, but they're not talking, unfortunately. I wanted extra dialogue. I guess not. Quick, toss them all! We can use all the luck we can get! LMAO. I really could have gone without a Doom Train attack today. Right, the place we're headed is the Bentini Depot. Although Treno has its own railway station, our assailants from earlier left it in need of significant repairs. Thus we'll be taking a harbor cargo. Our friend here has volunteered for the mission, and yes, I did explain the dangers. The cargo is equipped with a portable barrier, and frankly, I'm great at my job. I guarantee our safety during the ride. What happens once we get to Bentini? Well, that's your problem. It certainly is. Let me know when you're ready to move out. $97. Hell on rails. Where we call home. Ready? Then our fearless operator will help you aboard. We make for Bentini with all haste. I'll have us there in a flash. To keep any limbs you're attached to and would like to remain attached inside the vehicle.
This is it. You'll be riding that flat car at the rear of the train. I'll be all the way at the front, pushing her as fast as she can go. The Doom train moves at breakneck speed. If we're too slow, it will plow right through us. Speaking of which, we'd best get underway before it does just that. Don't forget you're fighting for Ayane. For all of Treno.
Not to worry, buddy. Hell on rails. Man. Since this is gonna be through Duty Finder, should I do Healer? Using our onboard systems, I should be able to monitor you from the locomotive, and you'll be able to hear me. I'll do Dark Knight just cause. Well, it's a wall boss probably, so it's fine if I keep my stance on. Oh, I need 745. I'm 744. Okay, I'll do White Mage. Ding. Ah. All right. Forged by the Kingdom of Limblum as the war hurtled toward its inevitable conclusion, the Doom Train is a masterful fusion of arcane life and cold steel. With no battlefields left to besiege, it and its cadre of war beasts roar back and forth across the continent, devastating its surviving settlements. Now it approaches Treno at speed, and to derail it will require great strength and great recklessness, possessed only by the Warrior of Light. Hit by a train in Treno, or hit by a train out here. It's all the same to me. Well, here we go. Yippee. Insane. Siege engine. Why is it so ugly? That's the trailer. Okay, double white mage.
Where it is now! I'm counting on you!
What? They leap off. Oh! Jesus. Turret crossing. Alright. Alright.
Good luck!
Good luck! Alright. time.
Use the transport panels to get up there!
Oh, that's awesome. Head on a mission. Oh wait, I'm not a big fan of teleportation panels after last year. Alright, get down. Oh, you just walk down. Okay, I'm okay with that. I see. I forgot. Girly. Oh my god. I was like, what the fuck? And Moon Dude, honestly, yeah. Runaway train. What that? What? What the fuck? Oh, great. Interesting. Hear the scream of metal, and it's coming close. Oh. Where? Uh-oh. Jesus Christ.
What's in this? You're still on board, right?
Oh, there's an arm.
Ethereal arms?
Arcane Revelation. Okay. Oh, awesome. Oh my god. Mine just keeps progressing. Me too, Lumel. Oh, that's fucking cheap. I think this one's fine. Ow. I'm trying! Stop yelling at me! Oh, fuck. The teleporter caught me. That's funny. The samurai is gonna get bonked. Oh, that's lame. What are you doing? Oh, okay. The home game to troll us as we were killing. That's a very cool trial. First time. That was neat. Very fun, crazy trial.
Phew. No more adventures, thank you. That was enough bravery for a lifetime. But we did it! We stopped the Doom Train. Well, mostly you did. Before we can celebrate, though, we need to make sure Treno's secure. As I feared, stray beasts to the south. I've lost track of how many times I've asked you for help, but I need your help again.
Oh, solo duty time. Hold on, let me switch back to Dark Knight. So I look fabulous for cutscenes. My white mage outfit is cute, but Dark Knight outfit I made specifically to look awesome. I have to believe that Iani will be safe with your comrades while we attend to matters elsewhere. I'll see to the wounded. You try not to join them, alright? The progress through the battle will be saved at certain points. Okay, it's a long one. Item level 735. A short time earlier. Cryo POV? Uh-oh.
No!
Can you stand?
Yes! Thank you so much. There were others being attacked over by the canal. Could you possibly...
Of course, I'll go right away. The rest of you should get to the town hall. can't leave anyone behind. I won't.
Cryo. I played a lot of Picto, but solo duties are always hard for me. Alright, let's see. Aquavitae.
Best make sure the evacuation route is clear first.
Water. Combo. This is... They really should tell you, like, hey, this is an AoE versus a single target. Instant. Recast 25 seconds. Ooh.
Done. Now to aid those people by the canal.
200. Yeah. It's a gain on 2. Or it's equal on 2.
Help is on the way!
Oh my god, Cryo. If you're this strong, what the heck? I can't do that as a Pictomancer.
There may be other stragglers.
I was so scared I couldn't even move. Silly, isn't it? My wife and I will be making for town hall straight away. You have my word on that. If you're determined to check on everyone, I won't complain, but do be careful. Come on. Be careful.
That breeze is awfully warm. Oh no! First things first, the fire.
Nixie! Aww.
To take a leaf out of Yishtola's book.
What sort of magic was that? I've never seen the like. Priorities. Yes, I'm gonna run away and we can talk about it later. Let's go. Was it you that put out the fire? How I could ever thank you. Now that we know it won't be spreading further, we can all take shelter until this is over.
Not a moment too soon. I hope that was the worst of it. Somebody help! A voice. Further out. I'll take care of this. Make for shelter. Is that all of them?
Another behemoth? Oh my god. It's the second behemoth I have to deal with this tier. Y'shtola! Oh, she's doing her classic barrier. It's been a while since we saw this.
You cut that rather close.
Thank goodness you're all right.
Ayane has finished the repairs. You need only hold the line until the barrier is in place.
And hold the line we will, together.
In this coming battle, you will fight as Popula Pula. Should I? I don't think I need to keep my stance on. They only expect you to.
I can still fight. I can.
Oh, trounce, right. I forgot that's how trounce works. There's no burst, so there's nothing wrong with me just blasting. Jesus.
Keep away from the clouds.
Oh, wait, there is a burst.
If I never see another storm. Nowhere is safe with so many of them. Some friendly winds, if you please. coming! Full lightning! Ishtola, steam, lend me your strength!
Two of us will disperse these balls of lightning.
Just keep the lightning at bay a little longer! Take cover behind the springers! The tide is turning! Press the attack!
I must say, that was an incredible performance.
Oh, how you've grown. Why do you say it like that?
Flatterer. What is it?
The barrier is restored. The people of Treno may rest easy once more.
Wonk.
The perimeter is clear, everyone. And thanks to our guests, the Doom Train has been destroyed.
I killed the train.
Last but not least, Ayane's fixed the barrier. We don't need to worry about beasts anymore. This calls for a celebration.
The Doom Train is gone for good.
That's our Ayane.
They're safe. All of them. Alila?
That was ages ago. Wasn't it? How old are you, lady? I know you're a grandmother, but
Cry.
dang.
Does the name Alila mean aught to you?
My mother. Did you know her?
I'm sorry, my dear. We should get you patched up before aught else. Alila's story and that of the key are one and the same. After you've rested and recovered, I'll tell you the tale. You have no cause to fret, I promise you. While Lummel forgot to give the order, bless him, there's work to be done ere we can celebrate.
Bless his
First
heart.
and foremost, we must see to any injured. Come and find me at Town Hall when you're ready.
Without further delay, then.
He shows like, get up.
You needn't mind me. My injuries are far from severe.
But your curiosity is another matter, is it not? Your feet will deliver you to Miaili all the swifter if you can actually walk on them.
Something I've always thought about since they introduced Calyx to us, with especially last patch. So they mentioned that Calyx is the one who gets to decide, oh yeah, this person gets to get they get to be made into Endless and from the researchers. And the head researcher, the really creepy freak who is obsessed with Calyx, as far as I know, was not made into an Endless, or at least we didn't see him in living memory. But we saw the two traitors, Krau's parents. They were made into Endless, in spite of the fact that it was known that they were traitors. It was known that they had run away with the key, and that they were the cause of what lost it to them. So I always wondered about that, like, why did Calyx, like, he knew, he had to know. But why did he make them into Endless? And I wonder if it's something that's ever going to be actually addressed here, like right now? Or is it just some kind of unspoken characterization? Because Calyx, ultimately, despite, you know, him being how he is, that cold, calculating kind of person of, oh, the evolution of mankind, he did do all that stuff because he cared about people to an extent. He was afraid of death. He didn't want people to die, and by keeping people as data, as memory, then they wouldn't be dead. So it's not entirely selfish, even if he believed in this greater evolution of mankind bullshit, you know? Exhaustion aside, Krau sustained no injuries you need to worry over. To think Miaili knew Krau's mother, I too am eager to hear the details. After that battle, I think we all required a moment. You better get some rest too. I mean it. Well, I'd rather not have tumbled to the pavement in front of half of the city. I am none the worse for wear, thanks to Yashola. But what of yourself? If you have any hurts, we can tend to them now before we see Miaili. Alright, final one. Crowd's ready to hear more from Miaili. Or is she? Also, we have not seen anything of Calyx or the Asians this patch, so Maybe at the end here. Curious, isn't it? I want to know, more than anything, yet part of me is still terrified. But having come so far, I can't turn from the truth now. If everyone is feeling up to it, let us go and have our answers. Can't really thank you enough for saving us from the Dune train. You should have heard the cheer from Town Hall at LMAO's announcement. Did you hear it? It was pretty loud. The dialogue here has been really funny. Like, this entire patch, the general dialogue has been much more charming compared to a lot of other dialogue during Dawn Trail. It's very, very good. I find myself anxious on Krau's behalf. It's alright, I'm ready to hear it. While the key is to be the main topic of our conversation, there's no telling what else Miali might reveal. I had every confidence the Mel will be safe in your company, but it hardens me to see him unharmed nonetheless. How are you faring? I hope you recovered from your brush with the Doom Train. And did I just hear something about a behemoth? Ah, our new friends. Do you know why grandmother called us here? Both Ayane and I neglected to ask.
Ere I begin my tale, there is something about our family that you need to understand. We are descendants of the Speakers of Eld, and I myself am the latest to inherit the role. But even as we do our utmost to ensure our people's welfare in our adopted home, it has ever been our duty to find a means to return whence we came. Alas, our ancestral treasure never did answer our prayers. And that left my elder sister, the previous speaker, mired in doubt. It was then, when she was at her most vulnerable, that preservation reached out to her.
The key is none other than that relic, and it has been in the safekeeping of our people since time immemorial.
Yes. When lightning threatened this world, we attempted to use the key to flee again, like our ancestors once did. Alas, no matter what we tried, we couldn't invoke its power. We had all but given up when Preservation approached us with an offer of partnership.
We've heard this part before, from my parents' memories. My mother was your sister.
She was, which makes you an heir to the Speaker's legacy. The last message I received from your parents said that in order to thwart Preservation's design, they must send away both their daughter and the key. I now understand what became of the former. As for the latter, through conversing with your friends, I gleaned with whom it currently resides.
And is it your wish that we give it back?
We Milala are the people of Treno now. Here is where we've put down our roots. The moment Elila relinquished the key, she relinquished our claim to it as well. But be that as it may, My sister gave up not only her life, but her darling daughter, to prevent its misuse. It is my duty to ensure that its new bearer is worthy. So, should it answer your call as it never did ours, how would you use the key's power?
To explore worlds yet unknown to us. To save more lives and perform other such feats of heroism. I'm still not sure, frankly. Popola would explore new worlds.
For some, that might be a self-serving end. But your deeds are proof that I needn't worry. And what's more, there's your friendship with my niece. I dare say that speaks well of your character.
By the by, do you have any records pertaining to the key here in Treno?
Would that we did. But Delilah took everything with her when she joined Preservation. If aught remains, it would be in Alexandria.
And so we find ourselves returned to our original course.
Shale may have made some progress. Perhaps it's time to bring our visit to an end. But by that, I don't mean to say that I don't feel welcome in Treno. You've all been so kind and accommodating. And in many ways, it's my hometown. It's just that, well,
It's all right, my dear. It is true that some feel bound by blood or birthplace, but I don't believe that your parents would have wanted that for you. They devoted their lives to understanding the key so that future generations would not be burdened by it. As we have chosen Treno, so too should you choose the place you call home. A place where you can bloom and grow with fearless joy.
I will.
We must give you a proper send-off, though. Wait for us by the gate, will you? A word of caution, Keeper of the Key. As you know, it is a relic that has traveled across centuries and worlds, passing through countless hands. Oft beckoning to those ruled by ambition or avarice. Indeed, some have wondered if it chooses its master. But I believe differently. I believe that some inexorable force, call it fate, if you will, ushers it from one bearer to the next. Be wary, for fate's regard now falls upon you.
As it ever has. Oh! Oh! Oh my god. Is that an Asian? You... an evil white chipmunk! So, like... That had to be an Ascian, right? Because there's, like, been no Malala, no non-Malala people here this entire time, and then you just see a random one here? With the random fucking chipmunk? The messed up... thing? Yeah, no, uh-huh. Likely story. Alright, I'm gonna be heading out. Oh, it's you. Hello again. I apologize for not standing up to greet you. It's nothing personal. When I heard you were saved, my legs quite gave out, you see. Like I said, like, just the random NPC dialogue is just, like, really charming in this place. Maybe it's because the Malala are just funnier people, though. They certainly are. Let's clear the debris. Someone hand me an axe. At least some of it survived. I am quite happy with this presentation of Treno. Very cute. Very lovely. You really saved our hides. I'm sure the birds would be thanking you if they could. As it is, they'll probably disgorge something foul in your general direction, so you want to keep a healthy distance. Ew. I can't believe that you lot managed to stop the Dune train, fix the berry, and come back safe and sound. I did chuck all my pocket change in the fountain for you. Do you think it helped? I'm sure it helped a lot, Lodal. Crowd looks like she's seen the first ray of sunlight in a cloudy day. I'm glad she found that which she sought. Lummel and Iani have gone to summon the other Malala we met from across the city. I can't believe I have living relatives here. And that they make it seem so simple. Maybe it is enough to just be Kryl. If the Malala's records were in Preservation's possession, I doubt they ever relinquished them. That knowledge must await us back in Alexandria.
Thank you all for everything.
We're the ones who should be thanking you. You fought so many times for us.
I've tended to the people's immediate hurts, but see that they receive appropriate care as they recover.
I still can't believe you took down the Doom Train. Just like that. You're my hero, truly. And I'm sure Mum and Dad and everyone else we lost will rest easier now that it can never hurt anyone again.
For my part, I cannot thank you enough for supporting my plan for the barrier. Not to mention that we wouldn't even have the Electrope to restore it without your aid. I can't wait to see what else we can do now that the mine is back in service. Kryl. O life, flourish on this faraway shore. Unfurl your fragile petals with fearless joy. Let this sky grant shelter from darkest storm, and here bloom, hand in hand, forevermore. Remember that, will you? Whatever shore you choose.
Of course. Those words and our people will always be in my heart.
After so long without her, I had begun to forget what my sister was like. Her face, her voice, fading like the mist. All I could remember clearly was her resolve as we parted for the last time. But now I've seen her again. In you, sweetheart. For bringing her back to me. It is a joy to have met you, Kryle.
You too, Aunt Miaili.
I know your home lies far from here, but to us you'll always be family. Come and see us once in a while, won't you?
I will. My comrades have found a treatment for Levin's sickness, so I'll bring it to Treno as soon as I can.
My, you certainly have no shortage of accomplished friends. We'll await your return, my dear.
This patch started and ended with farewells.
Life is full of surprises when one lives in hope. Isn't that right, Delilah?
What a lovely little town. Once we are back in Solution 9, I should like to relax with a hot cup of tea. If safe and reliable airship travel to Treno were possible, it would cut down on the length and danger of the journey. Though we're still in the 9th, it hardly feels like it up here. What a wonder. It still feels a bit like I'm dreaming, but even should I wake, I'll remember it. I'll remember them. On a practical note, I am more certain than ever that Shale's work will yield vital insights into the key. I look forward to speaking with her when we arrive in Solution 9. If you don't mind, might we first make our way to Resolution? Go-san will be wondering about my absence. Heavens, yes, I apologize for keeping you from your duties for so long. Think nothing of it. I was more than happy to be part of your adventure, and Go-san will forgive me once I tell him of Treno. Here we are at the end. We're back! According to the people of Treno, there are yet other settlements on the 9th. We shall have to seek them out one day. Go-san hasn't warned his regulator since his memory was restored. The experience must have affected him deeply. Though we learned little about the Asians, our sojourn was more than worthwhile. Ah, this explains much. I wondered why I'd seen neither hide nor hair of your majesty these past days. May I ask where you've been? You didn't tell us? It's quite a long story. I thought you at least told them you left. What happened if you died? What if we all died? No one would know what happened to us. However stalwart your companions, traversing the mist continent with no knowledge of what awaited was extraordinarily reckless. That I cannot deny, but it availed us much. We have the opportunity to resume diplomatic relations with a longtime ally. And, as I did not, in fact, come to harm, all is well that ends well. Should you feel compelled to go on any other excursions in future, I expect that you will notify me beforehand. Yes, of course. It was remiss of me. I apologize. A little hot-headed. Duty's call is most insistent. Nevertheless, whenever you require my aid, please do not hesitate to seek it. Shoo! You're back. How'd it go? Did you find a way down? Treno, I've heard the name. Incredible that it sheltered the Malala all this time. What's more, the mayor was able to share the story of the key from her perspective. She believes that the historical documents pertaining to it are stored in preservation's archives. That could be. Though our work isn't done yet, we've made progress on the decryption. I was on my way to the containment complex to review the data in situ. In situ? I've never heard that before. In that case, allow me to accompany you. Though it may be incomplete, I should like to review the information available. We'll contact you as soon as we've made some sense of it. In the meantime, might I suggest that our Warrior of Light get a good night's sleep or two? You never know what manner of hellish technology will be after us next. And Kryle, I assume you'll be wanting to familiarize yourself with the care and feeding of Porxies. Indeed, while I'm aware of the principles, I was needed elsewhere when the others were treating the Levin afflicted. I shall have to ask Hishola to instruct me. 'Tis the least I can do for my family. I intend to visit them whenever possible, but my home will always be here, in the source. There's nowhere I'd rather be. Earlier in Treno. The Aura lady. She was very cute. A very cute Aura.
Now, there is much to be done. With access to the mine restored, I'd like to explore methods to expand our food production systems. I look forward to your insights.
She's so cute.
Oh, my poor heart. I only meant to steal a glimpse while we were in the area. But our eyes definitely met, didn't they? Oh, that's not ideal. Such fearsome instincts to perceive me as a threat in an instant. But I shouldn't be surprised. It's the Source's vaunted hero, after all.
Halmarut!
One need hardly be the warrior of light to notice you. You're far from subtle. As if the horns and scales weren't enough, you insist upon dressing for another century. Those clothes must be as old as I am. Where is your robe?
You mean the robe that practically announces me as an Asian? Not that I don't intend to reveal that detail, but it will be at a time of my choosing.
Her scales are a different color.
Besides, if one of us can't help but draw the eye, it's you. Oh, Calyx, how you've grown. Smaller, that is. And surprisingly cute-ish.
Put me down.
You're so...
Jests aside, we will be departing the 9th all too soon. If you wish to say your goodbyes, I could find you a vessel and mold it to match your preferred presentation.
Don't you dare. I will not debase myself by occupying a living body ever again. And in any case, to travel the rift as you do requires the shedding of one's flesh, does it not?
I apologize if I upset you. Your understanding is, in essence, correct. The magics cannot bring a vessel through the rift. Ergo, you must discard it and assume a form of pure ether until you reach the other side. However, that doesn't mean you need discard everything like so much refuse. Using fissures such as this, one can easily send small amounts of matter between reflections. Matter such as your archived memories.
All the more reason to remain as I am. At present, I could pass through a fissure myself. And as this form suffices for surveying the material realm, I see no reason to expend effort searching for a replacement. I wish only to observe. That is enough.
Great.
Very well. I shan't press. Nevertheless, odd though you may look, I would encourage you to bid farewell to those to whom you have attachment. For now that you failed, unless our hero changes course, this world is doomed to die.
I had hoped to banish death from their lives. Why should it come to all, whether they will it or no? Why must any accept this burden and grief?
This is great for Calyx's character, but also...
It was never about any one person. So no, there are none with whom I would exchange fond farewells. But so long as mankind yet survives, I can hold fast to my faith. That my life's work might again bring someone's salvation.
Hold fast you must, as we press ever onward. For soon it begins, and every world shall tremble. The Winterers must be prepared to outlast the great withering to come.
That's your ominous prediction, is it?
No, it's nature's proclamation. Can't you hear it? It echoes in the silence, left by the will of the star.
'Cause Heidelin died? Whither flows fate's wandering will, for gray clouds presage winter's chill. So, some final thoughts. Honestly, this is probably the best patch in my opinion, this is probably the best patch of Dawn Trail. Like, the character writing, the general, like, dialogue and plotting and pacing of everything was just so, like, snappy to it. It was really great. The character writing, it really felt like everyone was back in their element. There was an aspect to a lot of Dawn Trail's writing where it feels like characters were just there to be there. They didn't feel like them. And this really fixed that. It felt like a return to form, and it was really great to see Kryle get everything that she should have gotten in base Dawn Trail. It doesn't erase or change what happened in base Dawn Trail, the fact that she just got shoved into the very end of Living Memory because they just didn't want to focus on her for some reason. It doesn't fix that issue for me, but I really loved what she had here. I really love the Treno Malala. I talked to all the NPCs, I just like walked around. When I came back here, I was really disappointed that I couldn't talk to them again, like the fountain guy, or like, I wish I could talk to them again. The guy who's like kneeling in the rubble, he's just like, oh, I'm sorry, I don't mean to be rude. And not even just our main characters, but everyone's so charming and likable and fun. Lumel and Ayana, they're great. Lumel made me laugh every freaking line in that trial. Like, it was so silly. Like, hit it harder. What do you think I'm doing, man? And like the fact that the Treno Malala are so they have such a will to live, this perseverance. It's so admirable, and like you can't help but think these are like a great people. So of course you're like, oh, well, Kryle wants to honor her heritage, and people are great. They're like so lovely and wonderful, and what she has in the source is important to her, but she doesn't really have a lot in the source anymore beyond her friends, which are like us, and it's not the same because she doesn't have Galuf anymore. She and Raha are all that's left of the students of Baldessian, and it's important to her being in Charlian and being with us and the Scions. Like, that's all very important, but like being part of the Scions, or what, the disbanded Scions, doesn't preclude her from being part of this culture. And her finding what she calls home was like a really lovely journey, and I love that you get to see how much conflict and what a struggle it is, and why you can really understand it, like why it's a hard decision, and that it's not even like a hard decision because she's still one of them. Like, they will love her regardless of what she chooses, and same for us, and I think that's wonderful. I wish she had gotten this earlier in much bigger capacity. This patch is lovely, but it was only 3.5 hours long. And base Dawn Trail was so long, and she got so little, but this was great. like, a lot of Grawha's lines are also really funny in general too. And I'm also glad that he's like a little return to form. I was joking when I was saying he was flanderized, okay? Like, he's always been someone who has like weird, like, food is always something that's been associated with him since like post Shadowbringers. So it's always been an aspect to him that people like to talk about flanderization. No, he's just a silly guy sometimes, and I like that they keep remembering that. I've always, like, from Calix's introduction, I thought he was interesting, and then 7.3 cemented him as someone that I, like, was really looking forward to in how they handle him as an antagonist. Because of, like, the whole thing about, like, the Endless, like, he gets to decide of the, researchers, like, who becomes an Endless, who doesn't. And the head researcher, the weirdo guy, he was, like, a huge admirer of him, but, like, being a sycophant doesn't, like, that doesn't mean anything to Calix, and instead he made those two trailer Malala, Krau's parents, Endless, and him lamenting that he wanted to free them from death. That, since there was, like, a true sincerity to that was always present, but you can kind of just forget about it when he does such horrible actions to achieve his goals. So getting to see that side of him again with Halmarut, who is so funny, honestly. A very unique design aura. You don't see greenhorn aura like that, so that's neat. But yeah, like, getting to see his more of his characterization and made it more explicit was really nice. And the withering, the winters will survive the withering. That's really interesting. I always wondered, like, so entropy is an idea that has always existed in science fiction and stories in general. What happens when what is like the fundamental core of a planet or a star dies? Heidelin was made the core of, you know, the source of Aetheris. And before that, it was Zodiark. He was the will of the star. And after all these years and conflicts and the constant sapping and usage of Aether, like, it's not surprising that in a place like the Ninth that's already, like, tilted so heavily in one direction and burning up Aether, that it could also be dying. I have to wonder if it's like a loss of resources or something. Maybe it's like entering. So okay, so I recently read Fire Punch by Tatsuki Fujimoto. If you've never read Fire Punch, you might have heard of Fujimoto. He's the mangaka of Chainsaw Man, and a lot of this idea of a winter weathering, maybe like an approaching ice age, just like evokes something that happens in Fire Punch that I'm thinking if it's like heading in a similar direction, not to the same degree or plotting of Fire Punch, obviously, but like similar ideas of like, why do people live? The faces that you wear and present to people and make what people believe in a world where people struggle to live, you know? So that's a possible direction it could be going in, maybe not, but I do think it's like, it's a different angle. Like, Halmarut is very different from the Asians we've had before. But I like her presentation so far, and Calix being in his little funny chipmunk doll form was really, really funny. Their partnership, I look forward to seeing where it goes from here. Really, really great. But yeah, this is a great patch overall. I didn't record, or I did record, but like, it's kind of messed up. But the normal raids, Arcadian was fantastic. I look forward to Savage so much. And the MSQ was really great. I have to wonder, I think part of the reason that people don't like the normal questing of talk to this NPC, stand here, interact, talk to this NPC, the back and forth, the tedium of it really comes through when there's nothing interesting even being said, and the engagement I had, and also like the general pacing, like I said, this patch is like bang, 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 it happens so fast and constant. The energy, it maintains itself really well with the early dungeon, and then the trial, and then the solo duty, and like in between all of that are just really likable, wonderful characters that even though they're only on screen for a short time, they establish themselves so strongly from the get-go. So honestly, a great patch. I hope they can maintain this momentum into the next patch. They said before that 7.5 will be the setup into the next expansion. They usually would save it for the 0.55 patch, but this time around they realized, mentioned, okay, like we need to do this a little earlier, I guess. So I'm looking forward to where we're going from here. I hope this isn't the last time we come back to Treno. I feel like it'd be such a waste, and like, yeah, I can't talk to these NPCs anymore. I tried, but there's a lot. I feel like there could be more, and I would like Krell to have more presence in the story going forward, even though after this patch some people might be like, oh, but she already had an arc. Well, what if I want more? What if I like Krell? And I think she deserves more. But overall, great patch, and I'm looking forward to Savage after Christmas. I hope you all enjoyed. If you watched all this, you probably didn't, but either way, I'm hoping to get more my other projects done soon, but it remains to be seen. But yeah, thank you so much for watching.